Good morning, everyone. Today our learning objective is population. The word population refers to total number of living humans in an area. The economic development of a country not only depends on a natural resources but also on the quantity and quality of the human resource. So the word population is totally referring to the people living in a particular area. So how could economic development of a country depends upon the human resources and the human present in that area. Like other natural resources, population is also the important resource of region and country. The study of population density, size, composition, and other are human related factors is known as population geography. So when we are studying about the population density, size and composition of human beings, how population density means in a particular area how many people are living. For example, if you are taking a 70 square foots of area, in that 100 people are living means that is a too much populated area. If one single family living is a less density. If more people living in a particular area, it is called more density population. So how the size and composition of the population and human related factors, then we are calling it as population geography. GT3 Varta 3 Vartha wrote a book, The Population Geography, and introduced population studies as an important branch of human geography. So, the human geography is an important branch of regarding the population. They study about the humans, how they are living in a certain area. He is known as the founder of population geography. GT 3 Varta is also called as is the founder of population geography. Now we are learning the basic concepts. Demography, the study of characteristics of human population such as size, growth, density, distribution, and statistics. The word demography is derived from two Greek words. Demo means population and graphy means description. So human population totally depends upon what totally depends upon four factors, that are size, growth, density, what are the distribution, how our humans are distributed, and the statistics. And the word demography here, demo means population and graphy means description. Demo means it is regarding the population, the growth of population, and graphy means how it is described, the population is described. So simply demo means population and graphy means description. Population description, that's it. Growth of population, change of population in a particular area between 2 points of time. The when we are taking a two areas, like a certain area, like we are taking Kerala and taking Telangana at one point of time and calculating the population of growth, then we are calling it as growth of population. Natural growth of population, it refers to the increase of population by difference between births and deaths in a particular region between 2 points of time. For example, taking we are taking Telangana, in that we are taking a difference between their births and deaths in a particular region between 2 point of time, then we are calling it as natural growth of population. Natural growth of population, birth minus death. So how we are calculating how many living birth and how many deaths, then from that we are subtracting actual growth of population, birth minus death, plus in migration and out migration. Let's see here how many births, how many living births are there. From that we are subtracting the dead ones, from plus in migration the people who are coming from outside the country, outside the states, plus out migration, the people are going out of states. Growth of population is a word population growing. Is world population growing? Is that question? Is world population growing? Yes, the world population is tremendously growing. The growth of population or population change refers to the change in number of inhabitants of a country during a specific period. The growth may be positive or negative. The total world population never exceeds 15 million inhabitants before the invention of agriculture. So here we are. they're telling that the growth of population is maybe positive or negative, means it may be growing or it may be not. The population are increasing or decreasing, but population when increased because of invention of agriculture, when humans started using of agriculture. World population milestone in years, and the milestone we are looking at it in 1804, not the much preferred milestone. In 1927 it was 123. It was a milestone. In 1960 it was not a much population increase, that was a less one. In 1974 it's 14, 84 it was 13, 1999 it was 12, in 2012 it is 13, to 2027 it is maybe estimated 16, 2046 it is 19. So it is rising year by year. The population is rising. Estimated. It is estimated that world population reached 1 billion for the first time in 1804. So in this table, what we are learning that in 1804 it has reached 1 billion. And due to the impact of industrial revolution and improving life standards, the rate of population growth increased considerably. After 1 million, it started 123 because 123 million because of industrial revolution and living standard has changed tremendously. It was reached 2 billion. When it was reached in 1927, it reached 2 billion, and after that the beginning of 20th century it reached 6 billion, and it is estimated that in 2027 and 2046 it to be reached 19 million. So there is a tremendous growth in population because of living standards has improved in every country, and improvement is going on. Trend of 7 billion world population. 3 billion July 1959, 4 billion April 1974, 5 billion July 1987, 6 billion 12th October 1999, and 7 billion 12th March 2012. So there is a changing in trend of world population, and it has increased to billions. Year end population in millions. 1750 it was 791 million, 1800 978, 1850 it was 1262, 1900 it was 1650, 1950 it was 2519, 1960 it was 2982, 1970 it was 3692, 1980 it was 4435, 1990 it was 5263, 2000 it was 6070, and 2010 it was 6972, to 2012 it was 7114. So we are seeing at the graph. So in thousands, in 1750 to 2010 it has reached a very high milestone. According to the estimate, the world population will grow 8 billion by 2027 and 9 billion by 2046. The growth population is not uniform. So there is not a uniform population is not growing in a particular manner. It is growing by the average annual growth rate during 1900 to 1950 was 0.8%. So the average growth between 1900 to 1950 it was 0.8%. It rose to 1.9% in 50 to 70s and 2.2% in 1970. So the rapid growth of population is called population explosion by the demographers. So the population explorers, what they said, the population researchers, the demographers, what they said that rapid growth of population we are calling it as population explosion. But in the recent decades, world population growth has slightly decreased. By looking at the graph, some of the population growth is some little bit decreased. 12, the population data growth has late declined to 1.1%. A little bit growth rate of humans are a little bit decreased. Population growth is highly variable between developed and developing countries. It is very low in developing countries like Britain, USA, Belgium, Russia, Japan, and Australia. In the developed countries like Britain, USA, Belgium, and Russia, Japan, Australia, we have less population, and the population is growth rate is also less. In some developing countries like Sweden, Norway, the growth rate is negative, and the most of the world population in developing countries like Asia, Africa, and Latin America, there's more population growth. Now, important stages of population growth. Look at this. We are seeing it in 1200 years. There was a spread of agriculture and birth of the Christ. After that, the age of European exploration, colonization, and settlement. After that settlement, industrialization started, transportation, sanitation, good medical facilities we are having, and technological revolutions we are having. So for that purpose, the rate of population increased from billions to billions. And now let's see the graph. The population growth in developed countries. And in this, look at this, the components of natural growth, natural change, birth versus death, the level of population. Births are more and deaths are less. In migration and net immigrant or migrant, the basic demographic equation we are, it is this one is the demographic one is in 1983 83 year one. Components of population growth. There are three components of population growth. These are birth, death, and migration. So, what are the components of population growth? These are birth, death, and migration. Birth, we know, death is someone dead, and migration is when we are migrating from one place to other, one state to other, or one country to other country. The population growth occurs not only by increasing birth rate but also due to decreasing the death rate. The population growth, how it is increasing by many births or many decreasing death rate. The birth take place in a particular area per thousand population, that is we are calling the birth rate, and the taking place in a particular area we are calling it as death rate. Calculation of birth rate and death rate. Birth rate is equal to bi by p into 1000. Here bi is live birth during the year, p is estimated mid-year population. So look at here how it is estimated. The birth rate is estimated here. Bi is birth rate, live births during the year, by p here estimated mid-year population. The how much is the population, whole the yearly 6 months year population we are taking into 1000. Death rate d by p into 1000. Here number of death, p is estimated as the mid-year of the population of the year. Birth rate range 20 births per thousand are considered low. So birth rate ranging from 20 to 10 to 20 births are thousand are considered low. When 10 to 20 birth rates, live babies are born, 10 to 20%, when it is considered as a low, but 40 to 50% are considered to be a high. This is extremely high birth rate and extremely low birth rate. According to UN population data, the average birth rate for entire world is 19.14 per thousand per year. When we recognize the UN population data, United Nations population data, look at it. It recognizes as 19.14 by thousand per year. It is the estimation of UN. It varies from one country to another. The country with the highest birth rate at present is Niger, Niger with 51.26 births per thousand people. In contrast, Japan, it is having a 7.64 and thousand as compared to 1950 birth rate. Japan is also now controlling its birth rate. Death rate, the death rate for the whole world is about 8.37 per thousand per year at present. Sierra Leone of Africa has more death rate at 8. Sierra Leone of Africa has more death rate at 18 deaths per thousand people. So 18 deaths per thousand people in the Africa. Sierra Leone, this particular area has more death rate. Science and technology and population growth. The steam engine replaced human. Animal energy also provide mechanized energy of water and wind. This increased agriculture, industrial production, inoculation against epidemics and other communicable diseases, improvement in medical facilities and sanitation contribute to a rapid decline in death rates toward the world. So looking at the science and technology and population growth, steam engine is replaced by humans technology, and the animal energy is also is also replaced by mechanized energy and water. So what happened from the epidemics and pandemics, inoculations, from the communicable diseases, so many improvements are made and medical facilities are provided, good sanitations are provided so that people would survive, and the death rate has decreased because of the development of agriculture, increased industries, technology, improvement in medical facility, drinking water supply, and other epidemics. In the death rate has fallen. In many developing countries, birth rate is still very high. So the population is increasing. So look at this, high birth rate in Niger is 50, Chad is at 47, Angola it is 46, Burundi it is 45, Uganda it is 44, Congo Democratic Republic it's 44, low birth rate in Japan and Germany, Italy, Portugal, Romania, Serbia, and the high birth rate in the countries like Sierra Leone, Ukraine, Cote d'Ivoire, Swaziland, South Africa, Serbia, and the low death rate in Qatar, UAE, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain, Maldives, and Saudi Arabia. They have low death rate. Migration, movement of people from one place to another is called migration. Yes, when we know that people are moving from one place to another place, then we are calling it as migration. Migration is also another cause of change of population size of region. Can you think what are the causes of migration? uh, can you imagine what are the causes of migration? um, uh, yes, I may think that people are migrating because of studies, I, because of studies, sanitation, or good future. They are migrating one place to another. The people migrate for a better economic and social life. So they want a good economic and social life, so they are migrating. These are two sets of factors and influence on migration, that is push factors and the pull factor. The push factor include many problems which force people out for a out migrate. The pull factors attracts people in migrate immigrate. What are the two factors of migration? One is push factor and the other is pull factor. Push factor is something which forces people to get out of that land, so they are not interested to live in that land, a particular instability. But pull factor is attracting people to get into that place. Push factors are unemployment here, pull factors are job opportunity. Poor living condition here, better living condition here, good climate here, security of life and property here, natural disasters here, healthy climate here, socio-economic and political factors here, no, not at all factor. What is the main basic push factor is unemployment. When we won't get any employment in a particular area, we are forced to get out of that land. So what is a pull factor here? Here pull factor is good opportunity. When we doesn't have a good living condition, better water facility, or anything regarding land issues, we leave here for better living condition. Here climate is not at all good here. Life, healthy climate, life and property is good. When it is a natural disaster here, a healthier climate. So whatever socio-economic and political factors also influencing. Migrants who move into a new place are called immigrants. When a person moves from one place to another place, he is called immigrant because he is moving from one place to other place. Migrants who move out of a place are called emi-migrants. Who move out of the place are called emi-migrant. When he's moving to a new place, he's called immigrant. When he's moving from the very particular, he living in that particular place, he's called emigrants. These processes are called immigration and emigration. Migrant is one who moves from one region to another by chance, instant, or plan. Migration may be permanent or temporary. So, what are the two important factors that may be permanent or temporary? Permanent is the thing is permanent settlement, temporary for 2 months, 3 months, or for a year. On the basis of the place, it can be replaced into classified into two types. One is internal migration, another is international. There are another two classification. One is internal migration, another is international. Movement of people within the country region is internal migration. So when the person is moving in particular country to region, he is called internal migration. It may take place from rural to rural, rural to urban, urban to urban, or urban to rural, or the movement of people from one country to other country. Here we can discuss here. Here internal migration is something like a person living in Telangana is going to Bihar, or he's going to Jammu or Kashmir, or the Jammu or Kashmir, or the Delhi or UP person is living in Kerala. That is immigration. It is called internal migration. He is moving in the country's region to region. So it is also internal migration. When the person is moving from country to country, like he is moving from India to Bangladesh or India to America, that is internal migration. Do you know the 11th July of every year is observed as World Population Day? So when we are observing World Population Day is 11th July. Distribution of population. The world population has crossed about 7 billion on 2012, but the population of the world is unevenly distributed. Distribution of population is expressed in terms of density. Density is ratio between the number of people to the size of land. It's usually measured as number of person per square kilometer. So we know that our population has reached 7 billion, and how we are calculating our population is we are calculating by the density is nothing between a ratio of number of people living in a particular size of land. But means when we how much the land is and how much the people are living, that we are calculating the number of person per unit area. So how many person are there per unit area, how many person can fit in a particular area. It's usually measured as number of person per square kilometer. A particular number of person per square kilometer. Calculation of density of population is equal to total population by total geographical area. Like if, for example, we are taking Telangana state. So Telangana state full population by total geographical area. That's the density of population. Continent wise total population and density of population 2011. Continent Asia, look at that: Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, Oceania, Antarctica, and the world. These are the in this table looking at the density and the population. Look at the given map. There are many areas which are densely populated, whereas these are the larger tracts of the world with sparse population, and the density of world population has divided into three regions. So the areas which have higher density region are divided into three areas. The three principal regions of high density on the earth are eastern, southern, and southeastern parts of Asia. So eastern, southeastern, and southeastern parts of Asia has high density of population. Northwestern part of Europe and northeastern part of USA and southeastern part of Canada. So northwest part of Europe, northeastern part of USA and southeastern part of Canada. Areas of medium density. The population is moderately dense in tropical regions, moist temperature in regions of Argentina, Southeast Africa, and Eastern Australia. So areas with a medium density are Argentina, Southeast Africa, and Eastern Australia. They have a tropical climate and mostly moist temperature. Areas of low density, these are the areas of north south poles and the hot and cold deserts and highly rainfall zones near the equator. There we have a low density. People don't wish to go there. Their push and pull factor doesn't apply. Here, large areas of Asia are sparsely populated. So, Asia is totally populated, but few areas are highly populated. So, look at that. Do you know more than two-thirds of world's population lives on 7% of Earth land surface, while the remaining land surface is moderately or sparsely populated. So, 7% on living surfaces, land surfaces, we are living other living surfaces. I mean, other living land area which is fully populated. In addition, most of the people live near the ocean rather than interior of the continent. Okay, the people living near the ocean are heavily populated. About two-thirds of the world population lives within 500 kilometer of the coast. In the coastal area, people are living too much population. When looking out at the coastal area, people have more employment, more fooding facility, so they live at the ocean. I mean, live at the ocean or coastal areas. Look at the given map. The Asia is most populous continent. So Asia is most populous continent. It accounts 61% of world population. Africa is second most populated, and Europe has 12% populated. South America 85%, North America 5%, and Oceania is 0.5%. When looking at the map, when we look at that, Asia is fully most populated, highly densified. Coming is our South America. Europe is 12%, South America is 8.5%, North America is 5%, and the ocean regions is 0.5%. The 10 most populous countries, the world's account for about 58% of world population. Out of the 6 located Asias are China, India are fully populated. Looking at this, see, China, India have most of the world's density, more populous countries. United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, Japan, a little bit. Do you know Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, just 800 people. I really don't knew that Vatican City was smallest country, but it has only 800 people. Look at the map. North America is having a 5% population share. Europe 12%, Asia is having 61%, Australia 0.5%, Africa 13%, and South America is 8.5%. Here, factor influencing the distribution of population. The other countries here, China 19.4%, India 17.5%, USA 4.5%, Indonesia 3.4%, Brazil 2.8%, Pakistan 2.4%, Bangladesh 2.4%, Nigeria 2.3%, Russian Federation 1.2%, Japan 1.9%. Geographical factor: landforms, climate, availability of water, facts, soils are important geographical factor. What are the important geographical factors? Are the land, the availability of nutrition, the agriculture, the water facility, the soil, the climate, how it is a good climate, a bad climate, heavy rainfall, that influences. Economic factors like irrigation, trading, commerce, transportation, what are the mineral facility, the power utilization, the electricity is good is how much the power restoration is there. Electricity influences the economic factors. Social and cultural factors are how are the government policies, what are the attitude of people towards the government, towards the nation, how much good security is the country providing to them, are the people are religious, how the people what are the, is it Muslim dominated or a Hindu dominated, what a type of culture it is obtaining. So these all factors influence the social and cultural factor. Effects of overpopulation. The following are the important effects of overpopulation. What are the effects of overpopulation? What happens if overpopulation? What will happen regarding this depletion of natural resources? Slowly natural resources will deplete, fresh water will deplete, environmental degradation starts, increased levels of air pollution starts, water pollution, soil contamination, noise pollution also. So what happens, pollution of air, water, soil and noise also depends. Deforestation, loss of ecosystem is happening, changes in atmospheric composition, global warming, starvation, malnutrition, so many epidemics and pandemics, unhygienic living conditions, scarcity, sewage water, waste disposal is also a big problem. Crime is also drug dealing, conflict over the scarce resources, crowding of people, political unrest, unemployment, lack of civil amenities, food, shelter, and clothing. Population control measure. The population growth can be controlled by following measures: adoption, propaganda, family, practice of celibacy, self control, improving women's status,